Do you need to spend a fortune to have a great time wild camping or in the great outdoors? I don't think so. Today I'm going to talk about 6 pieces of kit that I think are a brilliant buy and are often, even though they're cheap, first choice in my kit bag. So I'm going to start cheapest first. First on the list is the cook system. So stoves can be really expensive. You know, at one end of the scale you've got your multi-fuel MSRs, for instance, or primer stoves, which can go for a couple of £100. The other end of the scale you have stoves like this. So this is a Lixada aluminium alcohol burner, very similar to a lightweight cheap version of a Trangia burner really. However, currently retailing at about £3.40 on certain Chinese websites. These things are brilliant, including pot supports and again a cheapish titanium pan. This whole cook system, with the lighter as well, can weigh less than 100 grams, which is less than the smallest standard gas bottle for a gas burner. So where will I typically use this? Well, fast overnighters, where contained within I can fit about enough alcohol to cook my evening meal as well as a couple of cups of coffee. It's just a brilliant bit of kit for a very low amount of money and will actually do for most basic cooking tasks, which are, you know, around boiling water. So thoroughly recommend those as a cheap, first, easy to use stove. You can get a fuel bottle as well if you want to carry fuel and use one of these for longer journeys. But yeah, often first in my kit bag for sort of fast, quick, light overnight trips. I've got another video on the pros and cons of different stove types, but ultimately if all you're looking to do is boil small amounts of water, you're not in a huge hurry. It takes about 12 minutes, I timed it last time, to boil a standard 400ml cup of water. Again, you can't go too far wrong with something like this. Next up is another sub £10 bit of kit that I think is brilliant and usually my first choice on even, you know, wild camping trips of a few more days, and this is my knife. So again, most people want to carry some form of cutting implement when wild camping or out on expedition. Now if you've got a lot of serious cutting to do, or, you know, battening wood or something, if you're into bushcraft, then this isn't going to quite cut the mustard. However, for simple camp tasks, opening food packets, slicing, you know, whatever food you have, whatever you want to do, trimming a fingernail, whatever, this is just a great buy. So these typically retail at about £6 or £7. So this is the number 5 Opinel, which is legal to carry in your pocket day to day in the UK, as it's a non-locking blade that's under 3 inches. These things, this is the carbon steel version. They do a carbon or a stainless version, carbon steel or stainless version. This one is carbon steel, which you need to keep a bit cleaner, but goes to sort of razor edge sharp if you take the time to sharpen it properly. The only downside of these is, you know, wooden handle that if you leave it wet for a long time will swell, but again, if you look after your kit at a basic level, that's not a problem. So again, brilliant bit of kit for less than £10, which I think is, with a very lightweight, one of the best choices for standard wild camping in the UK, where quite frankly you don't need to carry a massive great toolkit. So moving up into the £10 to £20 price bracket is the next item, which I think is worthy of a place in anyone's kit cupboard, and that is the humble closed cell mat. Now, this example I really like. This is Decathlon's kind of version of a ridge rest. It's sort of more of an egg boxy type feel, but these closed cell mats are really what I'd recommend to anybody on a budget looking at starting with wild camping. Even when you have much more expensive kit, they're a good secondary carry for insulation when you're camping on snow and ice or anywhere where you need the extra insulation. Now, why would I choose this over a low-end self-inflating or air mattress? Basically, they're a lot warmer and a lot robust. In my experience, the cheap inflatable mats don't last. You get a few trips out of them and then they get a puncture and you spend your life chasing that. And if they go flat somewhere that's a bit wild or cold, you're in a lot of trouble from lack of insulation and heat loss to the ground. Another thing I like about this format for a closed cell mat versus a round one is this is actually cut down. So I've actually cut 4 sections off this, and I use this as the foam back pad in a frameless rucksack, which I'll make another video on. And this makes it very comfortable. As well, I sometimes carry a light thermarest as well, so this coupled with that makes it a super comfortable night, and I don't need the extra length with that. But I do find that it just works extremely well to keep you warm and comfortable on overnighters. So again, these retail for around £20. But again, you can't go too far wrong. You'll probably lose if you're just starting out in the great outdoors. Having a mat like this will last you for many years, and even when you have more expensive options, you'll still find use for it in a variety of circumstances. So again, super highly recommended. This is the cheaper Decathlon one. As I say, Ridge Rests are the classic, and there's a few different options out there, but you can do a lot worse than one of these as a first mat that you'll use for years. So what's next? Well, we've covered the mat, the cooking equipment, and even a little knife to prepare food, etc. So the next office space in terms of sleep system is the sleeping bag. So this is where it can get a bit harder to get something that's comparable with a high-end product for performance, and quite frankly, if you're going to spend £40 to £50 on a sleeping bag, it's generally only going to be something that's useful for summer or warmer spring, autumn camping. I've got a couple of these bags, but the ones I've had for years, and again still get occasional use in the right circumstances, are these Snug Pack travel pack bags. So this is the Snug Pack Travel Pack Lite. They still produce a version of this, and I've had this one actually for about 20 years, and it's a great bag for those really warm conditions where you want something light. It's synthetic, it's very suited to the wet UK climate as well. So a big mistake for anybody wild camping is to take a down bag somewhere where it's going to get wet. So down is by far the best insulative material for sleeping bags. However, if it gets wet, you're in not a great place if you're cold as well. So for lightweight trips in warmer weather, you can do a lot worse than a light synthetic bag, and Snug Pack is, in my opinion, one of the best makers of these types of bags. I also have the slightly alternative squarer ended version, so this is the mummy style Travel Pack Lite. There is a version called the Jungle Bag, which is a wider foot section, which is a bit more comfortable and comes with the benefit of a headrest as well. Now again, typically these retail at about £40, and again, you're not going to be up on the Cairngorm Plateau in it in the winter, or you might be in a bit of trouble if you are. But again, for most day-to-day camping in sort of warm and wettish or mild and wet UK conditions, it's a great bag. There is a Travel Pack 2, which I think also allows you to, up the temperature comfort rating a little bit if you're a cold sleeper, again, even during those warmer months. So, strongly recommended, and again, as I say, about £40, so pretty cheap in the general scheme of things to get you out there. So, we've got a sleeping bag, we've got a mat, we've got a cook system, and we haven't even spent £100, but I'm going to bump it up the price level slightly and look at some other budget buys that will help you get out there and enjoy the outdoors. So the age-old debate for shelter, and lightweight shelter, is obviously super lightweight tent versus tarp. So the first item we're going to have a look at is this. It's the Irixi or Irixi, don't know, random Chinese brand, super light, ultra lightweight tarp, bought from a famous direct Chinese retailer. Now, but if you're in predominantly dryish conditions and you just need shelter, or you need something light where you're intending to sleep under the stars but need something to throw over yourself if you do need a bit of shelter from the heavens, then this is about as small and light as you're going to get in a tarp form. Now, what I like about this particular one is it's kind of configured to be used as a tarp tent with walking poles. So the way the tie-outs are arranged, the way that it's cut is designed to use your walking poles as a support to effectively make a light tarp tent. So again, these retail at around £30, but again for something you can be out there wild camping in again UK, reasonable UK conditions, in fairish weather, great choice, and again at £30 a bargain buy from my perspective. It's well made, sewing points look pretty good, I've got no concerns about the durability here. As a light nylon construction, it's not going to be one that's going to withstand relentless heavy rain for a long period of time, but that kind of applies to any lightweight tent as well. And at 30 odd pounds versus the £300 for a reasonably pricey brand of lightweight tent, again it's a bargain buy. Another nice thing about tarps is of course you can take them as a camping as well when you have a tent as well, and they provide an extra handy space for cooking. And for those sorts of uses, I think you're better off with a flat tarp. So this sort of shaped tarp, which is designed to be used more as a tent, is a little bit less versatile and tie out, although you can make do with it. I tend to prefer for those conditions to take a flat tarp, and I've got a DD Hammocks one for that, which is a great product as well. So last but not least in my little budget kit tour is the tent options. If you don't fancy a tarp or you want a bit more shelter, get away from the bugs, etc., a tent is usually the most expensive item of kit, but there are good cheap options, and there's a few from a few different makes like OEX out there as well. However, my favourite for the cheap options is the Vango Nevis. So this is a Nevis 200. There is also a 100 which is a little bit lighter. So I bought this one I think in the sales for about £70 for the two-man option, but they currently retail at about £99 or £10 less for the 100, so the one-man version. Now this is a simple single one or two person tunnel type design with a larger hoop in the middle and two small ones at either end. Now what I like about these is you've got a little porch area, so again UK conditions, rain, you tend to want, bivvy bags are a pretty miserable experience in my experience personally. You tend to want a tent you can A, sit up in, and B, you want a tent you can use the vestibule area to store your bags or your kit or wet kit, or even do some cooking. Usual rules about adequate ventilation, etc. apply. So the Nevis for me is a great buy for that purpose. Vango is one of those brands that have been around a long time, and it sits in the sort of lower mid price end bracket for kit. However, I've tended to have a good experience with it. It's a Scottish brand originally. They're reliable, keenly priced. The thing you tend to sacrifice is ultimate lightweightness. So although they do a few lightweight options, Vango kit tends to be a tiny bit heavier than the Gucci or really expensive stuff. However, I've always found them to be reliable, well designed, and cost-effective kit. So Nevis 200 I think is a great buy for a beginner wild camper, or even experienced wild camper such as myself, or the Nevis 100 if you're happy with a bit less space. Although a lot of people prefer a small two-man size tent. So a little bit of bonus kit. Obviously I talked about the stove, I didn't talk about the pot. Now again, the advantage of this being the stove fits neatly inside of it. This is the Tokes 400ml titanium pot with lid. This cost about £16 on the same Chinese direct retailer as the others, and again for a bargain price it's a good bit of kit. You're only ever going to really use one of these small pots for boiling water, so you don't really have to worry about the size too much. A typical dehydrated meal is about 400mm, and coincidentally that's about what this cooks. So for a coffee or dehydrated meal, one of these will do you just fine. Again, titanium pots tend to be quite thin walls, although they're reasonably strong they can get dented and crushed a little bit, so you have to think a bit about your packing. But generally, again, if you want something basic and cheap which does the job, I would also recommend this. So there we go, my budget kit recommendations, which mean with the tarp option you can get out wild camping with good quality kit for mildish conditions in the UK for about £130 all in for sleep system, shelter and cooking equipment. With the tent option obviously that bumps it up a bit more, you're talking close to £200, but again considering you can spend that amount on a single item like a high-end sleep mat, high-end sleeping bag or tent for me is a pretty good value way to get out there and start enjoying our hills and wild open spaces. As ever, thanks for watching. If you have an opinion on other bits of cheap kit you think are actually worthwhile and are good bits of kit, do feel free to comment below. I'd be really interested in hearing what you've got to say. And as ever, if you found any of this useful, do like or subscribe, and I'll make some more other useful videos when I get the time.